challenge. Look at all these cheese balls. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you what this is all about in a minute. However, we're starting the show where my life in World of Warcraft started. Here in Teldrassil. I always say it Teldrassil, so I'm probably saying it wrong. I don't care. So we are going to kick the music up here because this music. Because, oh my god. I think Jason Hayes did this, so. So we're going to listen to this music. We're going to do somewhat quick tour of Teldrassil. And go back to Switch Alts. Pepe's gonna come with us. See, Pepe the Burb. This is my balanced druid. I also play Riz Feral because Blue Kitty. We're gonna see how it goes, how the stream goes. XSplit seems to think I am dropping frames. Well, actually, I'm not dropping frames, but XSplit is having difficulty showing them to me. So if you can see the stream, let me know if it's cool. I am not streaming in 1080i right now. I was earlier, but I'm like, no. So, as you can see, I have the glyph of stars on my druid, otherwise I'd look like a great big giant chicken. And I never liked the boomkin. But I like balanced druid because all the stuff is celestial in nature. So yeah. Good times. And I am wearing the mana scythe, which I picked up from the balanced druid rage tower the other day. I haven't uploaded the video for that, but yeah, we're gonna do that thing. So, we're gonna take a tour, and druids, for the longest time in World of Warcraft, you would appear here, and you talk to this dude. He even has a quest for me. Apparently, I haven't done this quest before on this character. I think I actually boosted her. So, apparently, I'm gonna take the quest, and I'm gonna leave it in my log, because you won't be able to get this quest anymore. That makes me sad. So here's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow is 8.0 pre-patch. What that means is they're putting all the systems into place for Battle.net for Azeroth now, and let things break and let people, you know, there's a pre-patch event that's going to last until launch, which is in 4 weeks. This day, well, in 4 weeks. The Monday, that's the 4th Monday from now, is when it will launch for the United States and Canada. And the Americas, it launches on the 13th of August. For Europe, because they're in the future, it launches on the 14th. It is based on Midnight Time Paris. Good times. It was actually midnight UTC, I think. But anyway. So, Night Elves started here. We are here in Shadow Glen, which is the part of Teldrassil, which, in all the time that I've played World of Warcraft, this only really changed a couple of times throughout the whole time. One of them was when Cataclysm happened, and when Cataclysm happened, Ruthven Village got nuked by, the Deathwing's Passage, because Deathwing was flying over Darkshore and did all of this to Darkshore, so that happened. But ever since then, nothing's really happened to most of the zones. Cataclysm was the major shakeup of everything, so... So as the Archdruid, I'm going to go take a little bit of a wander. We're going to do this on a running basis. I can also do cat form if I really wanted to for a little extra speed. And yes, I still have a burb on my head. Back in the day, I believe these guys actually were aggressive. So you actually had to fight from day one. I think maybe the young Night Sabers and the young Thistleboars were soon turned into non-aggressive. But you know what? I want to be my boom chicken. So we're going to run, and it's going to take a little while. So there's still newbies doing this zone while they still can. I remember these guys used to be aggressive. So you'd come and kill the Night Sabers and the Young Thistlebores. Then you come kill the Grells. And you just come wander around here. Then you get quests to go up to the top of here, and we're gonna cheat and just fly up because we're lazy. And you got to talk to these guys. They gave you some quests. Moriana. I had a very good friend I used to roleplay with called Moriana. And that's what the Mana Scythe looks like normally. The base version of it. And then toward the end of your time in Shadow Glen, this is Teldrassil, you'd be sent up here.
Greeting.
And we're gonna bow and be respectful. And you come do some quests to, you know, deal with the Moonwell. It's like you have to come get some water from the Moonwell to take it somewhere. It's one of the quests that breadcrumbs you away from Shadow Glen. And just listen to that music. Oh my goodness. And there were also additional quests over here, which were taken out in Cataclysm, where you would help brew a poison, help save somebody. No longer necessary. And some people got moved around after a while. He obviously wasn't there because, you know, monks weren't a thing until, you know, whatever. And same with mages. Night elves could not be mages or monks back in the day. We could be priests, we could be druids, we could be hunters, we could be rogues, like these, and warriors. These are our OG classes. And of course, druids, because night elves have to be druids. Wonder how many people actually come back here. What brings me here? Oh, a last tour.
Be careful.
Hey, Catriona. Mage Shower Cheese Ball Challenge. I've got cheese balls. Actually, I have cheese balls. Ooh. Can't see the label. Duh. Cheese balls. This is for later. I'll explain what that's all about in a little bit. I'm just doing this tour of Teldrassil. I don't believe you actually play WoW, Catriona. The short version is this is getting burned to the ground tomorrow. So, I'm taking a last tour. Now, let me know, by the way, if the stream is buffering for you. I'm not dropping frames according to XSplit, but let's fly a little bit. So this is pretty much all of Shadow Glen. The other thing about Shadow Glen is toward the end of your time here, before they, you know, altered the quest and whatnot, there was the guy that you had to save from poison, who was up here somewhere. Yeah, he was back here. He's no longer there because we don't do that quest anymore. They took it out. When they revamped everything for Cataclysm and like changed everything to make it easier. These guys were the first attackable or aggressive creatures now in the area, but before all of these were. I mean, I got myself killed by, you know, things in here so often. Actually, most of this area was full of spiders. I died lots. Yeah, I know. It makes me sad too, because my first character, this Star Phoenix is not my first character. She's a boosted druid. But the first character I ever played was a Night Elf Druid. I don't have her anymore. I remember deleting the character back when I didn't really care about character alts. Play Night Elves mostly, I know. And I'm just listening to this music and being like... And of course, back in the day, you couldn't fly. There was no flying in OG World of Warcraft. In vanilla, no flying. Flying was introduced in Burning Crusade. So eventually you're directed to leave Shadow Glen, and you go out here. Now these guys take you, say, hey, go to the next town down. And I do have the music cranked up. Oh, you did have a couple of nights, yeah. So you follow the lovely path, avoid the spiders, run into this this guy right here. You know what? Can I take his quest?
Now what?
I can take his quest. I'm probably gonna wind up storing a couple of these quests because after tonight you won't be able to pick them up, I don't believe. And then of course your first run in with the furbolgs. And to get the Emerald Dreamcatcher, come back here. And there's the boss furbolg. Ferocitas the Dream Eater, a level 20 character. He was tough. Oh no, he's level 20 because I maxed out. Okay. This is the thing that changed recently during Legion, is they set all of the old zones to scale. So, but some of them have a maximum level, so Teldrassil for level caps like me, it'll max out at level 20. So, if you never explored this shelf up here, there's some mobs you can kill, but there's also a rare that occasionally spawns up here. Oh, hello. Lag. Yep, there's the rare. Dusk Stalker. Since I'm not a jerk, I'm gonna leave Dusk Stalker there for other people to kill. And of course you got tainted stuff, and so when you're sent to the village down the road, you'll find the village here. It's up here. You're given more information about the Moonwell and that people are trying to find stuff out. You got your first cooking trainer. This is like, wow, this is an actual proper village here. You got quests up in here. You get the right up here. And of course, the first thing where you die is you go back here. And you go into this cave. Ooh. Fell rock. Ugh. So even back in the day, fell was a thing. So you come hang out with all the peeps, and you get to see your first inn and look at this beautiful map of the world. There be monsters. Oh, hello. So that is Kalinor. Look, I actually did notice the map is updated. And the way you can tell the map is updated is because Ashara looks like the Horde symbol tilted on its side because goblins. You get to meet your first innkeeper and some of your basic, night elves telling you to do stuff, and you get your first professions. And then one of the quests sends you down to the lake. And here's your second Moonwell. Korthos Moonrage helps you, do some stuff, but you get sent down to the lake. Find out what the hell's going on down here. Lake Alameth. And you get to do some quests here for Denalin. To go find out what's going on with all these bad guys. Why are what's going on over here? It's like you got this thing over here.
I need to get closer.
A strange fruited plant. The glowing fruit. Let's take it to Denalin. Of course, you get your first,
How may I help?
I'm gonna do that quest just to say I did it.
May the stars
There
guide
we
you.
go. get sent on some more quests up the hill. And around the corner. And you get to go into this cave and kill a high-end boss. You know, if you're level 5, it's a high-end boss, right? Oh, they put him over here? Oh my goodness. Yeah, because Black Moss the Fetid used to be in that cave, but now he's sitting out here. Okay. Well, that's new. I haven't been out in here in a while. And then after you do your quests in Dolinar, you get sent along the way to the next area. And there's some more quests down here that you can do. Killing more furbolgs. Banithel Hollow. And there's the big guy back there. Again, for, you know, for your lobies, that was a rough quest to do. And then, of course, you're sent into this barrow. Barrows and druids are a thing. So the druids go hang out here and sleep for a while. Centuries, eons, you know, millennia, whatever. And then eventually you'd get sent over here to do some stuff. And as you're almost getting ready to go to Darnassus, or actually you go to Darnassus, then you get sent down this way to go clear up some stuff. So you get to meet your first harpies. And then you get to see your first tree as a bear. Bear as a tree. If you are an enchanter, your quest trainer is over here. Enchanter trainer. So, good times. Make sure everything's going on okay. Well, yeah, and that's the thing about WoW is if this is the place that you really super like, I don't know. I have actually made it a point not to mess with. Is there more glowing fruit over here? Yes, there are. The Shimmering Frond. We'll do this quest too. Oh man, we have to go all the way back to Denalen? Okay. Let's do that real quick. Meanwhile, let's go take a look around while we're on our way. Here's some more harpies. Once we're done with the tour, I'm going to show you the funniest thing I ever did in World of Warcraft, probably. And, of course, you get sent to the Wellspring River, where there are dudes to kill. And don't fall down there. And that's not the silliest thing I've ever done. But there are spiders. There's a lot of spiders. And so as you can see, there's a lot of ground to cover. I mean, if you're on foot, then yeah, it's going to take a while to get where you need to go. So, let us go back down this way. course, there's paths and then there's not some paths, so let's go back up here. Oh, Denellen came over here for a visit. Hi.
I am honored. Good luck, friend.
Alright, so we have gone to the lake, we've gone from Shadowglen, we visited Starbreeze Village, we visited Dolinar, we visited... There's a quest here for the road to Darnassus, we come down here. Actually, no, we haven't gone down there, so let's go do that real quick. It's down this way. Sometimes I get myself turned around in Teldrassil. That won't be a problem soon. And toward the end of your sojourn in Teldrassil, you get sent down here where there are more spiders and another lake and more quests to do and more monsters to kill and a moon, basically one of the Moonwell quests. And you can circle around and go beat up on some more things over that away. You can see you can get to the end of the lake from here. See? So we're gonna go back. We're heading toward the city. So what's happening with the North Night? I don't actually know how Night Elves will start out again. What the heck is this? Corrupted Gnarl Pines. I do not remember this. I don't remember them being black. Maybe I guess they added some new effects to it, but yeah. So I honestly don't know. Well, and on the flip side of it is that the Alliance is going to attack Lordaeron to try to recover the Undercity. Now, if you haven't read Christy Golden's book Before the Storm, you really should read it. It's not essential to playing the game, but you will understand more about the story if you do. Because it explains, pretty much it sets the stage for why the two factions are going to get into their fight after the whole thing with the Legion and whatnot. So, it's possible that the new Night Elf starting area will be Darkshore. I don't know. I didn't look. Quite frankly, I didn't look. I mean, I could show beta, but I've been busy with the Mage Tower challenges, so I didn't really have time to go look. So, there's that. That's a thing. So, in the meantime, let's go to Darnassus proper. This is the first city I ever saw in the game. Because, of course, when I first played World of Warcraft, I was like, I'm gonna be an elf. Heck yeah. Because this is before Burning Crusade, so the only elf choice you had was Night Elf, right? Never got beyond the 40s. Okay, fair. So let's plop ourselves on the ground. We're gonna run this one simply because I want to run with the burb on my head because burb. So I don't remember these guys ever hanging out. There didn't used to be a bar. What the heck? That's totally a bar. And finger food and drinks. When did Darnassus get dilettantes? And dignitaries. And so this is actually Darnassus itself. This is the first city I ever went to. Yeah. And so we know that Teldrassil is going to burn down, right? And we know the Alliance is going to attack, we know that the Alliance is going to attack the Horde. I think the burning happens first, the attack on Lordaeron happens second, but I don't honestly know what happens to the Undercity. I'm kind of guessing, since they're going to be nuking the Alliance, one of the Alliance capitals, they're going to nuke one of the Horde capitals. just gonna fly around on my sparkle pony. And so yeah, this is Darnassus. And remember as a druid coming up here and talking to Fandral, Staghelm, you jerk. Is he still here? He is not still here, because after the whole Cataclysm thing and Fandral went loco in the cabeza. He went crazy, and well, he didn't go crazy. He betrayed the Alliance and everything, the Druidism and the whole 9 yards. So, remember coming up here as a Druid and getting some extra Druid quests, and realizing that Fandral was not a big fan of Tyrande Whisperwind, who was the leader of the Night Elves. He felt that she wasn't doing the right things as the leader. It's one of the reasons why he betrayed everybody. Then eventually, when Cataclysm happened, and they added goblins to the Horde, they added Worgen to the Alliance. So here's where all the Worgen hang out for now. Somebody from Chicago is calling my phone. It's like, well, you know what? I got time. And of course, this is where the Highborn, this guy, when they added the Cataclysm, they added some more class and race combos, and Night Elves being able to be mages was one of those, and he was the cursor character. He was hanging out in the Temple of the Moon for a bit. And now he's over here. Well, ain't you a chippo one? I just thought the Gilneans were, like, you know... I don't even have a Worgen character. I had one for a while, and I deleted it. Because I do not like how the Worgen run. But this is the Worgen, No, look at the cute little horse handler girl. Aww. Aw, she's so adorable with the pigtails. But this is the Worgen class mount. Or racial mount. And we had, of course, being Night Owls, we had Night Sabers, and oh my god, I wanted them so bad. Back in the day, you didn't get your first mount till level 40, and you didn't get the fast one till level 60. Then they changed it to be 20 and 40, and then 60 became flying eventually. But 70 used to be the first flying you could do. But you had to grind rep, and then you had to, you know, grind the gold to buy them. So... Alright. Remember fishing in this lake and crafting over there. Doing some quests over here. And the auction house right there. And back in the day, not being very good at crafting, so you had to figure out how to buy stuff from the merchants. And of course, your fishing trainer. And there's your monk trainer floating above the water like you do. And of course, this is the bank. Makes me sad to see this. You'll be going away. And for the longest time, I couldn't figure out how to get to the guild bank. Didn't realize these are the guild banks. And these are the regular bankers. And then you go over here and you also have a guild bank out on the outside too. So, whatevs. And occasionally you go wander around. Nobody rarely ever goes over here. In the Temple Gardens. Which can. And here it is, the Temple of the Moon. We're gonna go visit Tyrande Whisperwind for a second. And of course there was also, folks down here. Yeah, there wasn't... Well, there was something in here besides a squirrel. There's the other one. Yeah, here they are. The herbalism dudes hanging out by their little internal pond. They jump in your pond. Pardon me. Ah, dang it. Oh man, I hate that. Let's try this again. This is correct. Exodar and Hellfire Peninsula. Hey, Druid! Druid, I just called my own name. Damn it. Haley, how you doing? I remember sneaking in here as Horde once. Because back in the day, well, it's still there. You can collect scrolls of content up to Mista Pandaria content. And one of the scrolls was parked next to Sylvanas. Oh. Actually, here it is. This is the box. So you get this piece of music. Now, if you're a Horde, you have to fight your way in. So that does beg the question, what's going to happen with this? Because in Warlords of Draenor, there are these scrolls that you can get in various places, and you can get a music box for your garrison. It plays music. It's basically, I talked about it the one time I was at my garrison. We were playing that piece of music. Bye, Pepe. He's gone back to my garrison. He's fine. So for many years in World of Warcraft, he was not here because he was sleeping.
The goddess is my shield.
I just suddenly got the feels. Pretty bad. Alright. And of course Malfurion.
Greetings, friend.
His new model does look pretty cool, I have to say. To a big kitty with a glowing shield around me. I could just probably jump, but no fun in that. Or was this guy the original Highborn that came in? I think it was the other guy. Mordant sounds like it was the original Highborn guy that came in, and everyone was like, dude, Highborn, get the hell out of here. Because that was part of the lore is trolls were first. Then a sect of trolls called the Dark Trolls then became the Elves. The Elves then became the Night Elves. And then some of the Night Elves practiced arcane sorcery happiness. And then they became the High Elves, while the Night Elves stayed the Night Elves. And as one does when one plays with sorcery and doesn't, you know, practice sensibility and caution, they got themselves in trouble. And then what happened was they blew up the Well of Eternity, which was a very bad thing, sacrificed their immortality to keep the Burning Legion away 10,000 years ago in the War of the Ancients. So stuff went down. So now Night Elves are no longer immortal like they used to be. But they can still live a very, very, very long time. Very, very long time. So, I'm going to tell you the funniest thing I ever did in World of Warcraft. Because our journey here, our tour of Teldrassil, is at an end. This is the portal that takes you to the village that takes you away from here. We're going to pass around. I'm going to go here. One day I thought it'd be cool to be here. I was like, hey, this is kind of cool. What's going to happen if I... Oh, and I went too far. Boom. My body landed like right here on the edge of this. I didn't know about the spirit healer per se. I didn't know that you could click on the healer, it would res you, you have to take res sickness, etc., etc. Didn't know that. So I spent an inordinate amount of time trying to figure out how to time my fall as a wisp to click on my body so I could resurrect myself. And if I missed the timing, I would plummet all the way down here. Whee! Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna have a little bit of fun with this. I'm gonna see if this actually works. You know what we're gonna do? Bye, Teldrassil. It was fun. I'm actually gonna park this character back up in Teldrassil regardless, but we're gonna do this. That's actually kind of funny. Alright, we're going back up. But first we're gonna go whoop. I'm an orca. Because I have the glyph of the orca, but there we go. It's all the way back up. I'm gonna leave my character in Teldrassil. Why? Because we all are. And then I'm going to switch over to my other night elf. And we're going to try to do the Disciplined Priest challenge. And I'm going to keep doing that until I get it, or I get hungry and decide to have supper. So yeah, Teldrassil's not very distinct compared to newer zones. And of course, this far away you can't see any other zones. So, good times. And, of course, you used to be able to fly here, but now you can if you're level 60 or above and you have purchased flying. And just this music, written by Jason Hayes, is... So, where am I going to leave my character? Should I leave her in Darnassus, or should I take her back to Shadow Glen and leave her in front of the place where you spawn for the first time in the game? I think I'm going to leave her in Shadow Glen. She'll finish Teldrassil where she started in Teldrassil. I don't know about you, but don't his tusks look like candy canes? Especially with the designs on his stuff. I always thought he looked a little bit festive. For the longest time, I didn't know you could fly through, or could, that there's anything up here. I know, they can't take the music away entirely, of course. I remember the escort quest from these ladies. They used to actually just, you know, they would path along here. You'd find them and they would tell you to go to Darnassus. And to me, music makes a game so much more evocative than anything else. So, alright, we're back in Shadow Glen where it all began. We're gonna hang out here. In Boomkin form. Oh, somebody got a really good name. Mystical. They got a good name over on Drendon. Good job. Alright. Alright, here we go. Let's go do some mage challenge. Rage mode. It's time for some rage.